Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GNCC Junior Championship and Playdowns. I'm your host, Michael Doms. We are today featuring our next match in Draw 4 of the Women's Junior Playdowns, Team McMakin versus Team S. Anderson. Practice has concluded, and we will see the first rock here momentarily. Yes, Bob, there is audio. Unfortunately, we don't have on ice audio at the moment. That is one of our scheduled future improvements if our donations hold up. But you do get to hear the lovely sound of my voice commentating during many of the important matches. Well, Allison takes out one yellow rock of Sarah Anderson, but unfortunately she jams on her own, and the house doesn't change much. Kathleen with another hit, and Christy McMakin will call for the freeze. She was a little wide on that. They tried to sweep it to hit the yellow rock in the back forefoot, but they couldn't hold it. Sarah Anderson, although she doesn't have hammer, is sitting 4 at the beginning of Skip's Rocks. Christine should be able to just draw here and wind up freezing onto one of Sarah Anderson's rocks. The rock does not like to curl off the center line right now. And yet again, it's heavy, and she flashes through the house. Team Anderson's just going to try and put another one in the house. And McMakin's going to have a stressful first end here. Skips draw against 6. Since it's over the tee, they're going to try and sweep it as far back as possible. If we look at our overhead cam, we can see that that Christine has lots of backing. But if she winds up sitting on one of the rocks in the back 8 foot, she won't be shot, and she'll wind up giving up at least 1 to Team Anderson. Team McMakin throwing the last rock. It looks a little light. They're really going to have to sweep it. 3 sweepers on it. Can they put it on the button? Draw for 1. An excellent skips hammer. Drawing against 6 is never easy, folks. Ashley draws just into the top of the 12 foot. Looks like Sarah's calling for the takeout. That's definitely takeout weight, folks. But they're going to have to really sweep to hold the line. It over curls, and they just push it further into the house. Ashley's second rock is perfect weight. They wind up just outside the house. Hoorah for the free guard zone. Sarah's going for the hit again and winds up putting both of Team McMakin's rocks in the house. Am I pronouncing that correctly? McMakin? McMakin. I keep swapping. McMakin. A nice hit and roll on the back rock. Probably rolls a little further than she'd like. McMakin's just going to call for the center guard. Winds up a little heavy. Skinnies by the top 12-foot rock and sails through. Sarah Anderson wisely taking advantage and calling for a hit on the top 12 rock. Hits and sits. And if we pull up the overhead cam, you can see that is not in the house. Yet again, the rock is a little heavy. It's on that same line. Sarah's going to try and do a fancy shot and get both of her rocks into the house. She might have done it, folks. Let's take a look at the overhead cam. Not quite. Didn't get quite enough of her guard. McMakin's going to try this same line again, hoping for something a little lighter. The rock again looks a little heavy, but this time she's got backing. So she'll stick around in the house. And both the first and second shot rocks are still exposed. Hits and rolls right in front of her other shot rock. If we look at the overhead cam, they're not quite frozen, so they are doubleable. Christine McMakin's just playing an easy freeze here. Comes and sits. Well, the light freeze, not the easy freeze. Comes down right on it. It's not a perfect alignment, folks. There's still room to get in there. And if Sarah Anderson chooses to, she should be able to take it out. She'd lose her own rock as well. But our goal is to prevent Christine McMakin from getting two. If she can do that, she'll be happy. Folks, if you've got any questions or comments or suggestions, go ahead and tweet them to us at CurlDC, or you can type them in our chat box here after logging into Livestream. Looks like Anderson's going for the hit here with that amount of ice. And you're very right, Jeff. I was mistaken. If Sarah can punch that rock out, she has a chance to get 2, 3, 4, who knows. So she's going with a light hit. Going to try and pop McMakin's rock out. And has a very nice shot, folks. Sarah's sitting 1-2 right now. And I think McMakin's just going to try that same freeze again. With a little better alignment and a little more ice, she can make it perfect. And force Sarah to take one. Weight looks good. Might be a little heavy, folks. Hits, and rolls just far enough that Sarah Anderson should be able to hit it. But I think that changed things a little bit because Sarah is now only sitting second shot. McMakin is sitting first and third. Now Anderson's talking about a tricky double here, but if you watched our last match, you've seen it happen here at Potomac Curling Club. It depends just how aggressive Anderson wants to be here. I think she's going to go for it. If she manages to get both of them out, she could take 4. That would be a nice advantage going into the third end. Sarah Anderson with the hammer. Sweepers get on it. It's coming in. She gets the right angle. And she didn't push it up, but she did push it back far enough to get 3. So at the end of the second end, the score is Anderson 3, McMakin 1. Let's take a look at our team list here. You can see on Team McMakin, throwing lead is Ashley Robertson, second is Rosemary Rikas, vice is Allison Howell, and skip, of course, is Christine McMakin. McMakin calling for the traditional corner guard. Ashley throws it a little heavy for Team McMakin, winds up in the house. Special request here for Joe. We're going to give you an update on our other game happening on Sheet C right now. On Sheet C, we have Team R. Anderson playing Team Eli. And right now, Eli is in the lead after the second end, 2-1. McMakin again missing a hit. Sarah Anderson's just going to try and draw another one in. I'll be honest, Joe, your host is a little tired after spending 13 hours at the curling club and commentating on his fourth match in a row. But you know what? We'll still do our best to answer your questions. McMakin's got a lot of targets in the house there. Almost gets the double. Needed just a few more strokes of sweeping. So I've been told we've got folks from all over the country watching here, including some fine folk from Wisconsin. So welcome to all you Wisconsinites, I think. I've been informed you're cheeseheads. Ooh, an excellent shot by Team Anderson. So if Team McMakin can throw parking lot weight here, they might be able to move 3 rocks. Looks more like a normal takeout, maybe control even. Oh, this rock is drifting wide. We've seen a lot of rocks do that tonight. If you get too far outside, they just won't come back. And Team Anderson puts up another one in the top 12. They're currently sitting 5, but Shot Rock is exposed, so McMakin might be able to hit and roll off of it. Goes for the outside rock, hits and sticks. Not quite what you wanted there. Anderson gets the hit and stick. Looks like McMakin's going to try the hit and roll again. Just beginning to come off the center line now. Needs a little more curl, folks. Oh, manages to flash through the hole. Now Anderson can throw up another guard and try and lock in a steal. Anderson's rock looks a little wide and heavy. She's going to nick her own and roll in just a little bit, but doesn't manage to cover up shot rock. McMakin should be able to throw a heavy draw-on shot and take one. But then again, this is curling, folks. Easy for me to talk about it, hard to actually do it. Quick update over on sheet C. R. Anderson took one with the hammer in the third end. The game is now tied 2-2. Oh, it's a late sweep call, folks. They need to get it around the guards. Oh, and the sweep was too late. It's going to be a big steal, folks. Looks like a steal of at least 3. We'll wait for the exact number before we put it on our scoreboard. In the meantime, let's take a look at the team that just scored. Throwing lead, Lonnie Duberstein. Throwing second, Taylor Anderson. Throwing vice, Kathleen Duberstein. And throwing skip, Sarah Anderson. So we've had a chance to look at the score, folks, and in that last end, Anderson took 4, making the score 7-1. It's a control weight hit, folks. Gonna hit and sit right on shot rock. Of course, Anderson is still shot because McMakin's rock wound up a little higher. Anderson answering right back with another hit and stick. They're going to let it curl all the way over, hit, and roll behind. Can they stick in the 4-foot? No, they roll all the way to the 8. Anderson definitely sitting first shot. We're not sure who was second, but it looks like Anderson sitting 1-2. And that's what she's signaling to her teammates. Didn't get what she wanted, but she spread her rocks out a bit, and that's not a bad thing. End result is that Anderson is now sitting 1, with McMakin sitting second shot. Moves 2 rocks. Doesn't push either of them out of the house. But McMakin's now got 2 in. Oh, just misses picking the red rock out. McMakin making an excellent call sweeping that behind the tee line there. I think it needed this couple of strokes. Trying to sweep it in far in. It's into the 12 foot. Can they put it in the 8? Not quite. It does guard their second shot rock a little bit, but Anderson should still be able to pick it out. But it looks like Anderson's just going to draw. Our thoughts go out to Duluth if they've lost power. I know we here at Potomac Curling Club were a little nervous when Sandy came through, and we got lucky because we didn't lose power. But it could have been bad. So Duluth, got our fingers crossed for you. Ooh, the rock looks a little light. They might be able to put it in the house. They managed to put it in the 8 foot. That is some impressive sweeping. Looks like they're going to try for the promote. They need every inch they can get. Just didn't have enough oomph on it, folks. As we look at the overhead cam, we can see that Anderson is sitting one. So she is still in a position to steal. McMakin has second shot. Anderson has third and fourth. So Anderson definitely in a good position to prevent McMakin from getting a big end. This is what happens when you have a lot of rocks in the house. Sarah Anderson with her final rock, trying to keep her steal streak going. Well, extend her steal streak to 2. Looks like she's going to bump her own rock up just enough to be shot. And narrows the window a little bit for McMakin's promotes. McMakin throwing the hammer. It's about hack weight, folks. Maybe back line. She's going for the promote. Hits it just off to the edge. I don't know, folks. She definitely cut Anderson down to 1. I'm not sure if Hammer scored 1 or if Anderson stole 1. We'll have to wait and see who throws first. McMakin did manage to pull out a draw for 1. actually how the case came. No, it's got post-it notes on it. Post-it notes repel bedazzling. Sorry, all I got is plain yellow. But it is instructive. Ooh, bad luck there. Hey, they actually did something. Oh no! That's a definite ouch for Team Anderson. They had one on the button, and now they don't. So right now, Team McMakin is sitting one in the house. They do not have hammer. Team Anderson, the Yellow Rocks, is sitting second and third shot. They're watching the weight carefully. Oh, they got to sweep it. For line, for weight, for everything, they're going to leave it a little high. That is just an unfortunate shot for Team McMakin. Anderson's going to try and hit and roll and sit 2 before the skip's last rock. Hits and rolls out. If you're a Potomac Curling Club member and would like to come help out webcasting, please visit our website, click on the volunteer link, and you too can be the commentator for a match here at the GNCC Junior Playdowns. No experience required, but it is helpful. McMakin winds up wide open, but they are shot rock right now. So as we look from our over-the-house cam, we can see that right now, Team McMakin, the Red Rock, is sitting shot, but Team Anderson is sitting second and third. So if Anderson, who's about to throw the hammer, can hit and sit on the Red Rock in the forefoot, they'll take 3. Excellent shot by Anderson. We're not quite sure what happened between the hog lines. But that concludes the 5th end. We're going to take a short break. And indeed, Anderson did score 3. So enjoy your 5th end break. I know we will. For those of you that are interested, over on sheet C, excuse me a moment while I will look up the scores again. Over on sheet C, at the conclusion of the 5th end, the score is 11-2. Rink Eli over Rink Rain Anderson. Looks like Team Eli scored 5 in both the fourth and fifth ends. Excuse me, 5 in the fourth and 4 in the fifth. Oh, thank you. Ely. You know, Sarah, should I just pick one? Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back to the broadcast from the Potomac Curling Club at the National Capital Curling Center of the Grand National Curling Club's Junior Playdowns. Where's the fourth player for Team Anderson? No, no Team Anderson. Apologies for my pronunciation, folks. It is apparently Team Ely playing Team Rain Anderson over on sheet C. I wasn't even sure that was possible, folks, but apparently there is a hole there. We are down to Skips Rocks here in the sixth end of McMakin versus Sarah Anderson. Anderson just adding to the pile. That's 3 yellow rocks in the 4-foot. From this angle, it looks like Anderson is sitting 2, and McMakin is third shot on the left side of the 4-foot. McMakin obviously calling for some kind of takeout. It's an upweight hit. It's drifting wide, though. It's going to hit the outside rock and roll outside a little more. Indeed, Chris, our camera changes are manual. We have 4 cameras located above our B sheet, and we use cam twist on the back and click between them. Anderson with a chance to guard. Well, the rock looks a little heavy for a high guard. She's just going to bring it on in and freeze into the pile. So from the overhead cam, it looks like Team Anderson is now sitting 3. I think Team McMakin's shot is 4th shot over on the left side of the red zone. McMakin throws a upweight hit. This one is drifting wide as well. Just going to chip things in. Pushes her own rock out a little bit on the other side of the 4-foot. And Anderson is going to steal 4 this end. And they're going to go ahead and shake. Team McMakin conceding to Team Anderson after 6 ends. So that's going to finish us out here from the Potomac Curling Club at the National Capital Curling Center, part of the Grand National Curling Club Junior Playdowns. This was Draw 4 for the women's. Team Anderson playing Team McMakin. Team McMakin, this was their first game, so they will fall to 0-1. Team Anderson won their first match, so they will advance as 2-0. Once again, this is Michael Dobbs here with the Potomac Curling Club. We appreciate your comments and suggestions. If you got them, tweet them to us at CurlDC or type them here in the chat box. We'll catch you tomorrow when we have 4 more games, starting at 8 a.m. Eastern, noon, 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. We'll be bringing you live curling coverage all week and weekend through Sunday. Have a wonderful night, folks.